Vegan fitness influencer dies from malnutrition on fad diet. Quote saying she loved creating her own recipes and inspiring others to eat healthy like her. However, you don't need to be a doctor to see that her healthy lifestyle is what caused her to die.
Let's talk about it, man. For training programs, meal plans, and coaching, make sure you check out khpfitnessandtraining.com. What's going on, my fitness seekers all over the world? KHP Fitness here with another video for you. A more serious one, man. It seems like every other week I'm putting something out about saving some life or something that happened to some influencer, man. But these are topics I'm not afraid of talking about because the end of it, it all comes to us all, man. We all are going to meet our maker at some point, shape, form, or fashion. So we might as well talk about it, live our life the best we can, and keep it pushing forward. I say that because I came across this story with Zhanna Darf is what they like to call her. I don't want to butcher her last name. I will put it up on the screen just so you guys can see it. And this is an influencer, vegan influencer. So I can relate to that. Vegan gains over here. And the bad part about these is that when stories like this happen of someone passing away in the vegan community, whether that's cooked food, raw diets, whole food, plant-based diets, it always comes down to, boy, it must be that vegan food. Them getting rid of the meat must have got them up out of there. But it's just not the case, man. This is not some fad diet, as stated. Quite a few sources that are saying that it's a fad diet. Now, people can make it fad diets, but fad diets can exist in any shape, form, or fashion, whether you're eating meat, whether you're eating plants, whether you're going on a water fast. All these diets consist on something. You have to be careful and very aware of how you treat your body. If you treat your body right, it will treat you correctly. If you don't, it will get you. Now, I came across a video about this topic because it popped up on my feed, and there was a man named Noah.J. He's on TikTok. I want to shout him out too, give him credit. I like to give people credit for their stuff. And he was talking about Zhanna and how she had passed away recently. The craziest thing about it is that he kind of did like the healthy diet thing, and I don't think that was a kick at her. I think what he was saying, if I perceived it correctly, is that he was saying that don't just assume because you hear the word vegan that it's going to be healthy, because that would be 100% correct. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to go through his video and break it down, throw my piece into it, and then just surface it all up and tell you how ways that you can do it, even if you're on a raw diet or so, and how you can combat something like malnutrition, which is a crazy way to go. Especially with all of the resources and stuff that we have now. I'm going to go ahead and get on into it, and we're going to knock this out. Let's get into the video.
Vegan fitness influencer dies from malnutrition on fad diet. Zhanna Samsonova has allegedly died from starvation. The influencer, better known as Zhanna Darf, has passed away in a Southeast Asian hospital consisting of a diet of only sunflower seeds, fruits, smoothies, and other juices.
Well, that's the first mistake there. What I noticed, and I've been juicing too. I've been adding in some extra spinach, some kale, trying to get some chard in there, mixing up a drink that I got from one of the doctors who actually reversed her lupus, actually helped to, I'll link the information. She helped to reverse stage 4, like heart disease, things of that nature, just from cleaning people up with some smoothies, which tells you right there how neglectful we are when it comes to our nutritional value and the proper nutrition, which it would be plants. 70% of your plate should be consistent of some kind of carb, some kind of fibrous item, some greens, and then you make up the rest of the plate when it comes down there, and a little bit of meat, about this much, or a handful, as they say, depending on the size of your hand. But a handful of meat is all you need per meal, but we like to go over that. We think proteins, the only way we're going to get it is through meat.
Those who don't know where to get protein on a plant-based diet don't know beans.
So we like to go all the way on the other side of things and get all of these heart attack burgers and all this processed garbage that'll get us out of here anyway. With her juicing, I noticed, like I said, I can lose a lot of weight from juicing in general. So if she was only eating sunflower seeds, juicing, eating coconuts, that's just not enough. And what happens is with a rawer diet, these items are a lot more dense. You're taking them in their denser form, so you're getting density, but you're not getting calorie source. And if you're not getting calorie source, then you're essentially starving yourself. So I'm very aware of that. Even though I'm juicing, I eat a lot of fruits. I get my fair share of vegetables through my smoothies and stuff now. And I still make up with a big component of chickpea pastas, all kinds of lentils. Like you have to do it. I'm still able to get 2,500 calories in my diet. And you can see from my physique, I'm not missing no meals. But you can see from her physique, she was greatly missing some meals, man. It's very, very tragic.
She had been vegan for 7 years. Quote saying she loved creating her own recipes and inspiring others to eat healthy like her.
That's another thing too, duration of time. So there's a big component of this too. And people say, oh, you're gonna try being vegan. They told me that too. You're gonna try to be vegan for about a year. I'd say about 3-6 months. You're such a meat eater, you're gonna turn back. And now it's been 7 years for me, perfecting my diet as I went, realizing that I didn't need as much protein as they made us out to be. Even if you're an athlete, you only require anywhere between 25% when it comes down to the amount of protein you need, about 60% carbs, about 15% when it comes to your fats, and that'll do it. That's all you need, and you need that in the calories that is recommended for you when it comes to any kind of health association. Duration isn't a problem. I know 40-year vegans. I know 50-year vegans. I know myself who's a 7-year vegan, and I have a problem even on the vegan diet getting down into the low 200s. To really do it, I have to be doing cardio, boxing with clients, all of this stuff, getting my walks in, getting my 10,000 steps in. And at the end of it all, it was hard for me to get past that 210. I walk around without effort at about 225. I can get up as heavy as 230, 245 when it comes to eating whatever I want. So to be able to be 40 pounds damn near less, that takes a lot of effort for me. And that's on a vegan diet for 7 years. So anybody telling you that, oh, it's because, in a vegan diet, you don't get enough calories in, that's just not true. You don't know what her background was. You don't know what she suffered from. It could have been 100 different things, guys.
Quote saying she loved creating her own recipes and inspiring others to eat healthy like her. However, you don't need to be a doctor to see that her healthy lifestyle is what caused her to die.
He's right. You don't have to be a doctor to see that her healthy lifestyle is what got her out of here, man. Because that falls back into what I was saying before. She could have been bulimic. How many of these actual meals that people see her eat, right? I don't know if she had a significant other in her life or people close to her to see what she was doing, but typically, if you are as thin as I'm showing here that she was from 2013 up to 2023 when she passed away, she in between that time frame, 2013, she was a little on the heavier side, but I could see her slimming up, and it wasn't even bad weight. But then she started to get it under control about 2016 to 2018, and then shoot to 2020, 2021, she started looking extremely malnourished. In all of her pictures, I'm seeing her eating her fruits and such, and I'm like, damn, she's losing way too much weight, man. Her arms as big as my forearm, and I'm just like, no, that's not healthy. People think because you see some muscle that you're healthy, but there should be some kind of density to that. You can see on her final pictures here that she was just starving herself out, and there was nobody significant in her life to tell her, don't do that, woman, you're tripping. You get a bunch of yes men when you're an influencer, when you're in any kind of business, and people just don't want to tell you the truth. But I have lost friends telling them that you got to get your stuff together. You cannot just be sitting here being crazy like this. And you lose some, you win some, but at least you tried, right? At least you tried.
Her death is tragic, but perhaps we can all learn a lesson. The official position stand of the FDA is that all foods can fit into a healthy diet in moderation.
And I agree with him on that too. All foods can fit in moderation. That's 100% true. But are they optimal? Back to Mr. Teo J here, is he promotes all of this, but I'm saying a couple things on his video. I'm saying that he is eating fatty kind of items. Like he's telling you how to get lean on these items because he's doing calorie restriction, which is something that a lot of people do. They do these calorie restricting diets, say low fat this, low fat that. But is it nutritionally worthy of the body? Is it going to be something that transfers over correctly when it comes to your micros and macros and such? And if he's eating cheese the way I'm saying in this video, and he looks relatively young too, I would say 30, he might be about 32. If he's any or lower than that, I'm sorry. If he's older, good job for you, brother. But keeping that up, you'll see later on that the saturated fats and stuff from things like cheese and a lot of meats will whip that body. Plants were put here for a reason, and they are to take advantage of. You can couple them with things because they help with oxidative stress, all of that. But from the things that I'm seeing on these videos here, you be careful. The tried and true stuff is boring. So the fad diets and you can get ripped on this, all that stuff works well because most people are silly. I'm gonna just say it right there. Most people are silly about their diets and they don't care about the approach. Just the weight loss. I just need to lose this weight. And then you get into that situation where things don't go the way you want to.
If you're a vegan, does this news make you reconsider the lifestyle that you're currently living?
No, it doesn't. 7 years I've been going and 7 more I'm going to go, and I won't be starving from a vegan diet, I'll tell you that. Now I want to bring one more video to your attention from the other side of things. Like I said, I like to swing that pendulum back and forth. So this young lady is called Paige Nicole Shea. And I didn't want to say it wrong, so I was making sure I have my notes here. And she gives a different perspective and tells you some concerning things that I think are concerning as well. So check this out.
So I've been seeing a lot of news and articles recently on Zhanna Samsonova's death, and she was a raw vegan and she died of starvation. And my condolences to the family. That is a very sad situation. But what bothers me is that all of these articles are making it seem like she died because she was a raw vegan. Look, you can starve yourself on any diet. You can be on a high meat diet and still starve yourself. So her being a raw vegan has absolutely nothing to do with it. And I think it's interesting how when someone passes away and they just so happen to be a raw vegan, we want to jump on that and blame the diet, yet a person passes away in the United States alone every 37 seconds from cardiovascular disease. And guess what causes cardiovascular disease? A diet high in animal products. And that is what we should be jumping on and focusing on.
Boom. She's right on that. She's 100% right. I had to look into it out because I was like, wait a minute. Let me make sure. I don't want to just be spouting off stuff that I heard from other people. So I actually went over and Googled it myself and actually went to the website. It does indeed show that every 37 seconds, people do die from heart disease. And you can see from the article here, the number. It's crazy. It's so crazy. I didn't even think it was that high either or that quickly, but hey man, it's there. Take this for what you will, guys. That's the end of the video. Take this for what you will. But I wanted to go ahead and clear this up that just because you've been vegan for 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 40 years, doesn't mean it's inevitable that you're going to go starving. Without meat, you're just going to starve. And I like I said, showed you pictures here. I can show you friends of mine who went vegan after me. They're doing just fine. And it's all about the amount of calories in you get in. Calories in versus calories out does freaking matter, no matter what people try to tell you. As I say before, it's not where you train, it's how you train. It is also not where you eat, it's how you eat. Be safe, be smart, stay consistent, and don't starve, man. I'll talk to you guys soon.